Our Balki's latest key and car put the spotlight role of reversals in a marriage. Continuing this dialogue was a recent event in the capital called The Shift, which was hosted by Sheroes, a community for working women professionals. This men's conference focused on taking a more gender-neutral approach on raising children and work-life balance. Here's a look at the highlight from that event.
Today I can stand here and claim that I only want to be a career woman and not focus on the family. Sure, some people will cringe at it, but I can say that. But how many men can comfortably say that I just want to stay at home, raise a family and raise my kids without a huge social pressure on them to exceed in career terms and in material terms?
This statement by Taru Kapoor of Tinder India in many ways best explains why conversations around work culture need to move out of the realm of women conferences and become more gender neutral. This sentiment was the crux of The Shift, the men's conference which pitched gender diversity as a shared matter for men and women.
A lot of women's conferences do sound like echo chambers, and I think we need to break that to add more diversity to it so that we have real perspectives and we can do real impact.
We caught up with a bunch of dads to find out what actively raising children has taught them about doing a better job at work.
I think people make mistakes, and earlier I was less forgiving of those mistakes. I have to say I was more successful. I've learned, at least I've tried to learn, that it's best to let mistakes play out and be empowered and learn on your own.
When I moved from Microsoft to start my own company, when I did that, there was a message being passed to my son, and I didn't even realize it, that you can go follow your dreams even at the age that I am, right? But he came back and said, I want to be a lawyer and I want to take humanities. Is that okay? I guess what we do as parents is the biggest influencer on the kids.
We've actually had a very tectonic change in our generational outlook, where my mom was working when I was growing up, and it was a conscious call. So suddenly I grew up in an environment where working mothers was an acceptable thing. And I had my dad opt out for work for about a year or so willingly, and that was also an acceptable thing. So suddenly I've been brought up in this environment where both these are absolutely okay to look at. And I think over the years, my son will see a very different world from what I've seen.